Hello. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Sunday. Hope everyone is doing well. And I'm looking at the people in the chat who are joining. Two-thirds of you this morning are from the family down south. Does my heart good to see you guys doing okay, or well, as okay as you can do, being on the outer bands of Hurricane Harvey. Nasty little booger. Um, for those of you that will be watching the pre recorded broadcast later, Friday, August 25th, Hurricane Harvey hit the southern coast of Texas as a Category 4 hurricane. Tore the hell out of the entire Texas coast. Um, Granted, most of the damaging winds in the eye were down close to Corpus Christi, which is quite a bit west. However, a boatload of damage, as we well know, was slung out to the eastern bands of the hurricane, which is where a lot of your damage will ensue. I grew up in Hurricane Alley, down in a little hole in the wall called Liberty, Texas. It's halfway between Houston and Beaumont. We went through more hurricanes in that stupid little town than I care to ever remember. Hurricane Ike was the end for us. Flattened property and blew our ass up here to Dallas. Well, everybody needs a little blow sometimes, right? But it really makes me feel good to know that even without electricity, um, most of you from our southern families, South Central Texas and what have at least popped in to let us know they're still alive and popped back out because your mobile devices or whatever may not have enough charge to get you through the entire broadcast. So, thoughts, hopes, and wishes go out to all of those along the coast of Texas. Hope you're safe and doing as well as you possibly can. I can honestly say I know what you're going through in the path of a hurricane. Yeah. What's our topic this morning? Well, I have a couple of different things I want to talk about. I will be posting a URL in the chat area of a relatively new pagan website that we've joined, started becoming a bit active on. Open Pagan Church has a group out there. We're on their calendar, and we will also be posting the Grove of the Celtic Shaman out there as well, and we'll be on that calendar too. Relatively nice little place. I would have thought yours truly would have already had the website up, but hey, I digress. Let's see. Pagan friendly. I have to remember where. There it is. Right. Okay. Here is. Alright, here is the URL to the logon page. And as soon as I log in, I will give you the link to the group. I have to say, Friendly Pagan's website, it's well put together. I was and am relatively impressed with the way they built and organized and orchestrated the website. So there is the link to the group. Hey Sabrina, glad to see you made it. Flooded here in Lufkin, she says. I actually really think that is a norm down in southern central Texas here at the moment, or actually southern Texas altogether. We've been watching our favorite news channel here in the DFW area, and they've said we may get some rain from it, we may get some water from it, but they doubt very seriously we will get any kind of major flooding. Yes, absolutely. So anyway, the link that I posted is friendlypagans.com. It's a nice little website. Got several groups on it. It's well put together. I don't personally know the administrators of the site, but for me to say that I'm relatively impressed with the organization and the format of a website, well, that's saying something, isn't it? It takes a lot to impress me with the design of a website. So, a little plug for them, couple of links you guys may want to look at later after the broadcast, and those of you who might watch the pre-recorded broadcast later, be sure and check these guys out. They're kind of cool. Right. So, hearts, yeah. Blessings and love go out to those hit by Hurricane Harvey for sure. And check out the new little website we found. So, our topic. We actually have a topic today, believe it or not. What is that topic? Recap of who we are. Well, I'm Don. Other ministers recognized by HOP is like Clint, Cindy, and that's actually it right now. I haven't had anybody petition the HOP in about 10 years to be an HOP minister. Maybe they're smart. No. So, granted, my particular channel comes out as Open Pagan Church. The HOP is a house of pagans, which is right here. And then I have Open Pagan Church. Clint has the Circle of Liberty, or the Liberty Circle, or Circle of Liberty, something like that. He'll post it in. Sean says, couldn't handle me as a minister. I don't know, dude. I think it'd be fun to watch. I would damn sure attend a couple of those, especially if you were doing digital video churches there, knowing you as well as I do, my brother. I would definitely have to check that out. That would definitely be a Facebook stroke YouTube moment, watching Sean as a pagan minister. I have no doubt, though, his wisdoms would be spot on. His videos would be fun to watch. Let's see. Clint says some areas in them have gotten 25 plus inches, and unfortunately Clint is working out in the middle of it. He works for a cable company down there, and I would imagine his ass is dragging. Definitely. So, who are we? Who is this house of pagans, and who is this Open Pagan Church and Circle of Liberty and Cindy's organization she's starting over in Beaumont? Who are we? Well, we're a group of misfits that come together in 2000. We had no place that we belonged. We didn't like drama and politics and bullshit of other larger groups. We didn't like power mongering, and we didn't like people that are going to stand and beat the gavel and tell you who you should be. And I say that, and I'll be damned if 3.5 years after we formed the HOP, we grew so quick with so many people, and the numbers grew completely out of control, that inside of 3 to 4 years, admittedly enough, we found ourselves in the power mongering, control happy, drama filled, backstabbing crap of the elders of the group at the time. Everybody jumped up and down and screamed and hollered, said they wanted tradition, said they needed laws and bylaws and rules and regulations to follow, and by God, these people need structure and they need control, and they, and at the time, I was sitting there looking at all of this going, well, okay, I don't necessarily agree, but if it's what the masses think they want, it's what the numbers want, well, we'll give it to them. So we gave it to them. Right? Straight up the kisser, we gave it to them. We gave them a tradition. We gave them a circle of elders. We gave them 3 levels deep in the circle. We had the inner circle, the middle circle, and the outer circle. We gave them exactly what they thought they wanted. So for about 4 years, it was total, complete, and utter chaos. Well, one um, one bright sunny day, I had enough. I had all I could stand. People were being judged because they wanted to go home after church and smoke pot, which I give a shit less about. If you want to smoke a doober, get after it. If you want to go home and pop a couple of sips, have at it. All I ever said was don't come to Circle stoned or drunk and don't bring the shit on my property. That's all I ever said. But the control mongering just went completely batshit crazy in the HOP at the time. So one day I had enough. All I could stand. So I called all of the elders together. I called the entire group together. I called everybody together. Emergency meeting this weekend. We have a major issue we have to resolve, and it has to be resolved now. I sent it out. Emails, phone calls, text, on the group. Had to have it. So that night, everybody showed up. And I do mean everybody. Morning, Amanda. Everybody showed up. The tradition that the HOP was following at the time, I had printed out, was on the altar. Altar was already cast, circle was already cast, people just walked in and sit down. So I proceeded to tell them, we're done. The HOP as we know it today is done. I took the tradition of the HOP at the time, I threw it in the fire, and I said, every one of you are henceforth relieved of your duties. We essentially took down the tradition and the control structure of the HOP. And I think that was '04 or '05, I don't remember. And we started over. Who We Are is an open pagan church. This is who, since 2000, this is who we always wanted to be. We are a gathering of people where we come together of like mind. What you do when you get home, that's not my concern. Not my job to judge you for who you are or what you do in the privacy of your own home. If more ministers of more faiths understood that the only thing you can do is share wisdom and ideas with the public, you can't beat the public down. You can't browbeat them. See, that's where the Christians have screwed up for over 3,000 years. They control the public by fear. They pronounce to you to fear God. They want you to follow them through fear of going to hell. Well, of course, pagans don't believe in hell, do we? We don't believe in sin, as it were. Karma, yep. Valhalla? Yep. The underworld? Yep. Uh, demons, good, bad, and the ugly? Yep, yep, and yep. Um, but as a base pagan organization, when I'm sitting as a pagan minister with someone, whether they are pagan, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, atheist, agnostic, whatever, when I'm sitting with them as a minister, I listen. I help them find their calm in their own belief system. Now, as a pagan minister of the HOP, the House of Pagans, we do not set out to judge you for who or what you are. And I have people come at me with that statement. Well, if you don't judge people for who and what they are, why are you choosy as to who you allow in circle at any given time? Well, I said I don't judge you for who and what you are. I did not say that I would tolerate your presence if you're an asshole. I did not say I would tolerate your presence if you are a power mongering backstabber. I did not say that. What I said was, I will not judge you for who you are. It's not my job. As a human being, I reserve the right to say, no, I don't trust you. You need to be over there somewhere. So, the the Open Pagan Church, which is essentially my offshoot of the HOP. I am still a minister of the HOP. Sean says, I'm an asshole and you tolerate me. Yeah, but Sean, you're not a backstabbing, two-faced asshole. You're just a straight up in your face, I'm an asshole. And we love you for it. Because you don't stab people in the back and you're not talking around people. You're like I am. You're just right there. Here I am. This is me. Take it or leave it. If you don't like it, piss off. More or less. So there you have it. The HOP is a home of misfits. We like the people that don't fit. I mean, we like the people that do fit, but our doors are mostly open to the people that really don't fit anywhere. We're a house of misfits. I don't necessarily fit any mold. Yes, I'm a shaman. Yes, I'm master shaman of the Grove of the Celtic Shamans, but still, even case in point, I don't typically fit any mold in society. And if you don't believe me, you can ask my boss. He would tell you. No, we haven't figured out where Don fits yet, but he's a damn good team lead and he does what needs to be done with the team. Sean says Misfit Island. Absolutely. Coffee. So yes, the HOP, the Open Pagan Church, and whatever offshoot may come off of the HOP, are only basic, serious criteria for being a minister of the HOP is be open minded, be honorable, walk the talk, be who you say you are, respect people. Robert. Gotta love Robert. I was once hated by the majority of the pagans in America. I want to join. Robert, you know we love you, and you're already a part of the family, right? Um, there's no joining. That's the thing. You just freaking show up, and you're family. Jennifer says he's a pain in the ass. Who are you kidding? Yes, Robert is a pain in the ass, but we love him. That's okay. I'm a pain in the ass. Don't believe me? Ask my wife. She'll tell you. I'm a total pain in the ass. But it took me 55 years to become this good a pain in the ass. I ain't changing for nobody. So essentially, all in all, that's who we are. We're nothing special. We're nothing. We're not this well anymore. We're not this great big pagan organization trying to be the biggest pagan circle in America. We're not out trying to gather members like we were in the early days. Myself and a lot of the original people. Oh, wait, there isn't any original people today that were there in 2000 when we opened the doors. Hmm. Um, let's see. As far as people that have been around the longest, um, it would be Cindy, and then Sean and Sabrina. I don't remember exactly when Sean joined, but I want to say it was like '03, '04, somewhere up in there. Sabrina joined in '04, Clint joined in '05, and Cindy, I think, joined in '02 or '03. So, Cindy, bless her heart, she has seen some shit now, let me tell you. Sean has been around through a lot of it. Clint, Sabrina's been in and out. Sean says '05. Okay, there you go. Um, and, there's one other that I can't forget. I just got my chain yanked. There's a founding member of the HOP that refuses to admit that she is a member of the HOP. Um, she's one of the ones that helped me put it together in the beginning, get the architecture built, get it formulated, and get it set up. However, she says very little. She does more than she thinks she does, and that would be Debbie in Scotland. Debbie has been around prior to the HOP by quite a while. So she was there in the deciding moments of what the HOP is. And I generally don't say a whole lot about Debbie because she typically doesn't like to be drug out, kicking and screaming in the spotlight. But hey, I am one to drag people out in the spotlight, kicking and screaming, going, see, they did good work. And then I'll let them go and let them scamper off back to their little hidey hole. I'm getting lit up over here. Oh, bad shaman, no donut. Right. So essentially, That is who we are in a nutshell. We are a pagan church, but we're not the conventional brick and mortar four wall pagan church. Even even when we had the circle down in Liberty, we stood out in the elements. Yeah, we did. Um, Rain, sleet, snow. Well, really doesn't snow in South Central Texas often. More or less sleet, as it were. Um, Bugs, mosquitoes, more bugs, more mosquitoes. We spent a lot of money in mosquito control, I'll tell you. But we were there. So in '08, when we disbanded and everything went to hell in a handbasket, and essentially 10 pounds of C4 was sitting in the middle of the circle, lit, and everybody run like hell, it was called Hurricane Ike, and a few other things that we're not going to go into. But it was Hurricane Ike, and it says poof, and everybody went their separate ways. Well, after a bit of time and a bit of yammering, quite a few of us have come back together. We've been down south a few times. We haven't really had time to do a whole lot of visiting when we come down. We generally come down, we do what needs to be done, and we're off. We do actually need to try to plan a HOP reunion down south at some point and just see who all shows up. Now we just got to have a place to have it. So, sometime in 2018, this is 2017, 2018, 10 years after the implosion of HOP, let's try to do a reunion and see who comes back, see who shows up. Might be fun to watch if nothing else. I will make sure I wear a bulletproof vest and a armor plate. That way, depending on who shows up, if they decide to take target practice, I will just simply end up with a sore chest and not a hole through my lungs, as it were. KW says, I will be there in a heartbeat. Sabrina says, yes. And I know several others who would be there as well. Right. So what is? And there are people that really don't know what is a pagan church. What is any church? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what a pagan church is when we get back from our break. You guys be sure and continue to post in the chat area, and we will be right back with you in a few moments. Enjoy the music. The link is posted in the chat area from earlier, and I will be right back with you in 2 shakes, maybe 3 of a cat's tail. Try again. Tell her I said try again. Tell her I said look at the I am. I know. Hey, hey, look what I got. That's the daughter. That's the long missing daughter who is growing like a weed. And she's off to church this morning, I think. Aren't you? Yes. She has a dance recital? Yes. Now all of a sudden she's shy and doesn't want to say anything. You ought to see her on some of her channels singing and dancing and what have you. But yeah, that's little tiny baby Kaya.
I ain't no baby anymore.
And she says, I ain't no baby anymore. Or did you say no more? I ain't no.
I ain't no baby
I
anymore.
ain't no.
I ain't no baby anymore.
I ain't no.
I said that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure who's the ventriloquist where. Right. So, Southern Texas Church, but he's here to be Yeah, well. So, are you off?
Yeah. I came back here to give you Dr. Pepper, then give you Levins.
Well, give me Levins.
You're the one talking.
I'm always talking.
Uh, right.
Right. Have fun. Love you. Well, and she's off. And her cat just snuck in the office again.
There. There he is.
Meow, meow, meow. That's her cat. This cat can stand on all fours and reach up and take things off of the kitchen cabinet with his paw. That's how tall this sucker is. He's huge. Let's see. So, yeah. All right. What the hell are we doing? Oh, that's what we're doing. Minimize that. All right. Yeah. Camille says 17 pounds now. All right. Kim says, my goodness, remember bouncing her in the air when she, well, yeah. She, she used to fit from here to here. Now she's almost as tall as her mama is. Big cat. Yeah, big cat. Like I said, he can stand on all fours and reach up and take things off of the kitchen counter as he wants them. But anyway, I digress. Me? Digress? No. I just forgot what it is we were talking about. No. Oh, right. Michelle says her Zippy? That's a good name for a 26-pound cat. Zippy. 4 foot long. Yeah, yeah. Well, oh, Camille says that she is as tall as she is now. She's almost as tall as I am. But of course, I think I'm shrinking as fast as she's growing. Once upon a time, I was actually 6'1". Those of you that knew me 10 plus years ago know that I was 6'1" at one time. I am now at 55. I am 5'11" and a half. Kim says, making homemade scones to go with breakfast. Yes, scones are really good in the homelands, I'm here to tell you. Um, Take a good scone, slap a bit of sausage and a bit of cheese, and nothing better. So, and believe it or not, we are still actually on topic of who we are. We are family, okay? And typical to all families, we we can come together and throw the biggest, baddest, most beautiful circle you ever saw in your life. Um, and yet we can stand there talking and what have you, and we can mix it up and fight together like any other family you ever saw in your life. But if you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Sabrina says, what are scones? I'll let you guys tell her what scones are. I could send her a boatload of Scottish websites exactly what a true scone is. Wonderful little puffs of bread and dough, as it were. Some of them are triangles, most of them are round. Um, I don't pretend to know how they're made, but I do definitely know how to eat the little buggers. Um, I guess you could say a scone is an ancient biscuit. Not in the truest form, ancient biscuit. Boy, that'd be hard. Petrified scones. Who we are. That is a really big question with a real simple answer. We are family. And all it takes to join the family is be here. Just be here. Put your 2 cents in. Put your thoughts in, your ideas, topics for broadcast. If if you have a topic for a church that you want to do, you can go over to the House of Pagans Facebook page and read the criteria for doing a open church. Communicate with myself, and I'll make sure and help you get set up to do a hour and 20-minute pagan church. Have a topic. If it's a topic we've already covered, then you know in parentheses or whatever, put my interpretation of topic so and so, and we'll go for it. Get you fixed up, get you set up, ready to go. Let's see. Kim says, got his sight. Man, they're still going on about the scones. Oh, well, can't blame them, really. I love scones. And depending on how they're made, depends on whether or not I can gum them to death or can't eat them at all. Yeah, and it would seem that the Open Pagan Church site seems to be giving Clint a hard time on streaming. So I'm probably going to have to get him on the phone, remote into his computer at some point, and see exactly what the issues are he's having. Probably a setting somewhere. Um, there is, for those of you who want to do webcam streaming, you don't want to have to use your cell phone, or you don't want to have to use other mobile devices to actually stream, and you want to use your computer, your PC to stream. You need a decent amount of memory or RAM. If you don't know what that is, PM me and I can explain it to you. Um, you need a relatively decent internet connection of at least 10 plus megs up. Download speed is not that important, but when you're video streaming, you're sending video stream out. So you have to be sure that you have real good up speeds to be able to make it work. And the software that I use is free. It's OBS. That's O, B as in boy, S as in Sam. Video streaming software. It is free. Um, I need to do a new, more thorough video on setup because I stream and record simultaneously these videos, and then I upload the video over to the Open Pagan Church archive site on YouTube because we know how notorious Facebook is for deleting shit. Yeah. But simplistically put, the HOP or House of Pagans, Open Pagan Church, whatever group we are involved in, there are certain criteria. There are certain criteria that we follow. One, we respect all. Two, we are open minded and try to learn from everyone's path. To be a true pagan church, you're not witch based, you're not shaman based, you're not fae based, you're pagan based. Sean says we need to figure out how to video all who show up. You're absolutely right. The problem, and we can do it, I've researched it, there are meeting software, meeting groups out there, Skype for one, but anytime you get more than two or three people, most everybody I've seen will allow three people in a video chat on the free stuff. And pagans are broke, man. Let me tell you, pagans are just broke folk. Um, I've not found any. I have not found any free multicasting site that, number one, you can multicast on Facebook or YouTube. And we have to, all right, Robert, have a good day, bro. We have to be able to multicast in an environment where it can be viewed on Facebook or YouTube, because trying to get most people out of Facebook, that's like trying to pry a drunk out of a bar. I have tried, I've tried doing live cast on YouTube. Nobody shows up. I do a live stream on Facebook. People show up. I get 80 to 100 views a week on our broadcast here on Facebook, 10 to 15 a week on the archives in YouTube, and 0 hits a week on other pagan formats and websites that I've uploaded to in the recent past. So there you go. I mean, granted, I'm not as bad as some when it comes to Facebook addiction. I mean, I pull it up, kind of read through it, but I know quite a few people that are Facebook addicts. They live on it and live for it. I like Facebook because at a glance I can see pretty much what or how everybody's doing. And as far as our live views, our live broadcast, I can reach more people, believe it or not, on Facebook than I do over on YouTube. Fascinates the hell out of me. But once again, we are still talking on topic, who we are. I would like to see more interaction, more people. We have, I have 3 broadcasts that I do each Sunday. Of course, one of them Sunday morning right here, 9:30 a.m. Central, and then when the schedule is working right on Sundays at 11. If the schedule is working right for the owner of UnitedPaganRadio.net, I have an 11 a.m. Central Time broadcast over there, um, Coffee with Pegasus. And then at 8 p.m. Central Time on Live with a Shaman, I have a broadcast there. So Sundays are relatively busy. Um, yeah, KW's been a little busy this year. um, Both her mom and her dad passed over to the next life this year. Um, Moving to spring, she's had a busy year, and then of course Debbie in Scotland sent her dad home to the next life earlier this year, a couple of months ago as well. Um, so It's been a real interesting year, let me tell you. Um, yes, funerals are expensive, and moving is definitely not cheap. We're we are really hoping we don't have to move anytime soon. I assure you, it costs usually about $2,000 to $2,500 for us to make a move anywhere. I can't um, I can't move heavy furniture like I used to, and I just don't have the oxygen to be able to move like I used to be able to. So, who we are is family. Really, it's who we are. And anyone, anyone of right mind can start a pagan church. Really, it's not rocket science. I've had a lot of people tell me I want to start a pagan church. Well, in my way of thinking, and I better put that up there because I'll end up pissing somebody off. Me? No. But there's certain fundamental, basic ideas that you have to have, or that you should have, to start a pagan church. One, be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. If you're going to call it a pagan church, keep it pagan based. Don't involve your path in it. So much of the time, I've seen people try to start um, first pagan church of somebody or so and so, and you check them out, and you read through their bylaws and their ideas, and it ends up being a Wiccan or witchcraft based philosophy in which the church is run. Nope. Um, you, I am very careful in the running of this church to try to keep the topics pagan and spiritual and human based. I try very hard not to involve any of my shaman ideology or shaman philosophies in the Open Pagan Church Foundation. Now, if you want to see some of our broadcast where it is shaman based, it is adult based, there are no politically correct filters, then check out Live with the Shaman, because there are no politically correct in there, because, well, shamans typically are not politically correct when we're in shamanic circles. So if you do check out Live with a Shaman, right, I strongly recommend that. If you, it's definitely not family friendly, as it were, because no topic, and I say this out loud, no topic is taboo in Live with the Shaman. So, Dave says Church of Pagantology. Hmm, Church of Pagantology. That's kind of cool. Um, hey, Dave, fire it up, dude. Um, Try to make the time scale either before or after hours here, and I will damn sure try to attend. I think that'd be kind of cool. Church of Pagantology. That's kind of interesting. Mm, Clint did a real good job on his first video. It was kind of short, but he made some really good points in a very short period of time. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well put together and well done, especially for his first ever true video online. I thought it was damn good. So, in a nutshell, um, we are approaching 30 minutes past the hour, and I know that many of you down south are probably running on what's left of a shoestring of battery power because you don't have power down there. But still, case to point, to wrap it all up, really, to bring it to a hard close. A recap of who we are is simple. We are an open pagan church. We are House of Pagans. We've been around since 99, 2000. We've had a number of people come and go who have added a lot and taken a lot. But as a open pagan church, we first and foremost try to respect others for their thoughts, their beliefs, and their ideas. I don't have to disagree. I don't have to agree with you to respect who and what you are. And I say the same to everyone else. So, as you go forward in your pagan study and learning the foundation or growing your foundation of pagan philosophy, remember, respect others for who and what they are. You don't have to like it, you don't have to agree with it, but it's a good idea to at least respect it. And don't try to change people, just they are who they are. If you can't be around them, leave or send them off. But do it with respect, do it nicely. People don't like to be talked down to. You don't like to be talked down to. I damn sure don't like to be talked down to. So, the House of Pagans is our base. Open Pagan Church is the name of this channel. We are on other websites. I did post a relatively cool little website in the chat. I hope you go check it out. Check out UnitedPaganRadio.net. Wonderful music, really good shows. Sundays are a little iffy over there right now, but there's always got good music and good shows during the week, right? Well, thank you for joining. We'll let you go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Again, shout out, love, and blessings to those who have been hammered with Hurricane Harvey. And we wish you safe and safe returns. Love and blessings to y'all. Have a great week.